There's a big fat one, a skinny one, and a medium-sized one. I love Formula Drift.
No stranger to drifting, no stranger to competition.
That guy stole my freaking ratchet wrench. I see that. That's mine. He rejects your reality and inserted his own. This is a stimulator, right?
Pilot.
The pole petition.
Matt Shulman still on top with the 69.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Hello and welcome to another episode of The Clipping Point. My name is Captain Ben and joining me is Mr.
Tim Matthew.
Along
That
with
was pretty lackluster. Paul.
Lackluster. Oh. Paul with the vocabulary.
Yeah. What makes you say like us, sir?
Because I didn't want to yell.
I don't know, he wasn't trying to yell.
Yeah, it was like
It was very
boring.
energetic.
Well, he didn't want to blow anybody's speakers, right?
Yeah.
That's the point. That's the
still,
intention.
I still like we need like this crazy intro. You just press the button and we can just hey, here we are. You know, it does our own intro,
Yeah.
like
Wait,
the
ha-
Smash Brothers style.
Yeah, I did want to do the Smash Brothers like
I found
Oh,
out,
I
I
know
found
what you
out how
mean,
to do
yeah.
it. The Smash Brothers intro.
oh yeah.
I just don't know how to use Adobe.
oh.
I'll send
Yeah,
you-
no,
I'll
I have
send-
the template. Yeah, I have the template
Oh,
too.
you do?
Yeah, Smash Brothers template, yeah.
We had to just do it without telling
Yeah,
them,
yeah.
and then hack into his computer.
And then
Because
put it
we're
on
hacking
make it play.
people. Yeah. Anyhow, so what's new, Ben?
Well, just trying to make sure that things are in order because I did run into some technical issues.
Last time.
Yeah, I had to over at the DSTC. That's what I like to abbreviate it as. You must be wondering, like, what the heck is that? That's the Drift Sessions Technical Center.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Drift-
indeed.
yes,
Like it.
I remember that place.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. That's where I go to test out all the new, latest, and greatest technologies for us to implement and see and really, stress test all these things that we're trying to accomplish and trying to do. And
You know, Insta360 has a webcam now that where you can like put it in the center here, and you can just click different views, and it'll automatically swap over to each person. I gotta show you it. It's pretty cool.
Really?
It's really cool. It would replace all this craziness.
huh?
You just put a camera right there on the top of your screen, and it would just whip as you just click on different scenes.
Is there time delay? Like does
No, dude, it whips like fast, and it got different focal points too.
Right, go on.
So no, it's pretty cool. I was watching it.
Was it made? Who's makes?
It's Insta360. I have that's the camera I used when I was drifting last time.
Huh.
But they have a webcam now that I was watching this guy do his podcast with, and he just had one camera set up to capture 3 people.
How much is it?
I don't know.
I'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
That'd be a good birthday present for you. But I don't know when your birthay is.
Oh, yeah, that's
Nobody
good.
knows when your birthday
It's okay.
Let's keep it that way.
is. I can't. It's not like I can tell anybody.
Right.
We can guess.
It's sometime between
January
Now-
and December.
and next January. It's got to be close, right?
That's a pretty good guess.
All right.
That's a pretty good
You
guess.
know, and one thing I did, I was watching the Grams,
The what?
and Ben posted up a video.
Freaking hell's the Grams?
The Grams, Instas.
Oh, Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram.
Oh, okay.
And who's texting me?
Why does it sound like a bed squeaking?
Great time
Anyways.
to reach out to Tim.
No,
What?
Brian.
What are you?
Brian. Brian's just saying. That's hilarious.
You want to show it to the camera?
Oh yeah, I don't know. Can they see that?
No. Oh, yeah. Hang on.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Brian Sturman just sent me that. That's great.
That's pretty funny.
I'm like, who's texting me? fancy eyelashes.
That's great.
Like your eyelashes.
Yeah, that was from last night.
Ah.
Anywho, I was watching Ben post up. I guess you were on Assetto Corsa
Oh yes.
with Rome, and who else?
See, one of the great things about the game is that you never know who you're gonna bump into, and it just so happens that I was in this lobby and doing my usual, and then all of a sudden I see Haley Drift,
Yeah.
which is Andy Haley, and Rome CP, which is Tim, as you say best.
Charpentier.
Yeah, exactly. Rome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Formula Drift, BMW E36 driver
Right.
chassis, who's happens to just be in the same lobby that I was in. I was just like, oh, I mean, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
I mean,
But then you show the videos and you don't. It doesn't have Ben's name there because I guess because it's your camera that recorded it, so it doesn't show your name.
yeah.
So it's like I'm like, why is like Ben is out there freaking thrashing it with these guys? Like I'm like, look at Ben, killing it with. I was like, well, that's really cool. I didn't get any recognition. I was like, oh, you should have put like Captain Ben.
Well, the way how the game works is that you have to have it focused on you in order to have the other names pop up.
Oh, okay.
And the thing is that I was trying to make sure that whoever's watching it is knows that it's
See.
like, hey, this is Rome, this is Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Did he know
this-
who? Did they recognize your name or no?
No.
So you
no.
were just like he was just like
playing completely
like
stealth.
incognito,
Yeah.
like stealth. Like they have no idea. Man, who's this Captain Ben guy? He's freaking killing it.
Oh, whoops, sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
No, but that's one of the great things is that you don't know who you're gonna jump into, and at the same time you wonder too is like, oh, are they gonna throw it down? Are they gonna struggle, or for all we know they might have their friends come over and then they're playing under their name, or or the more possible cause or possibility is that it's someone impersonating them.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's true, that's true,
you
yeah.
could easily just, and I'm sure you guys speak from experience, you could easily impersonate other individuals or entities
Exactly.
on the internet,
Yeah.
and it's pretty easy in the game. All you simply
Yeah.
just need to do is just go to a setting, and then boom, you could be anybody. I could be Tim Murphy. I could be
Adam LZ.
Adam LZ, exactly.
Yeah, anybody? Yeah, I guess
I-
you could. So
Yeah.
how do you know if you were really tandeming with Andy and Rome?
No, well, I don't.
Oh, okay.
But at the same time, I said to myself was, who else would run around with Haley Drift? Think about it. If it was Andy Haley or someone trying to impersonate Andy Haley, he would probably do like a bad job of impersonating him. It'll probably say like Andy Haley instead of Haley Drift, his handle for everything that's online. So then I figured, okay, it has to be possibly. And then Rome, I mean, who else is going to run Rome CP?
Yeah, I agree. That was pretty cool though. How long were you in the session for?
I would minimum 45 minutes.
When you guys talk to each other in these sessions?
No,
No, 'cause-
what many
yeah.
people do is they either do Xbox Live game chat or Discord. That seems to
Right,
be the more
okay.
popular ones.
Yeah, but he can't get on that because he's got to run everything through Russia.
For Russia,
And,
and then
there's a lot of-
Lithuania, and then
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
US.
exactly.
By the time he connects, everything.
The game's over.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do that.
Yeah, that's good. But yeah, and it was good to actually just.
We got to enter
Throw
you
it
in
down.
like an online drift competition.
I don't want to.
Yeah, we
I
gotta.
really don't.
We
I've
got
actually
to.
thought about it. I've considered it, but at the same
You-
time,
you-
it's like
you
I
just be
don't have the
alias.
time. I don't have the time or the stress level or the dedication to want to just set the hour, set the time to be to practice, prep.
Looks like you're doing pretty good. Doesn't
Put
it?
myself in the mental game to want to just endure that kind of
No,
torture.
just don't. No prep.
No prep.
No prep. Just go. Just I'm gonna enter and then
boy.
just show up and okay, qualify and see what happens. Take this. Don't even worry about it. Like no stress. Just hey, I'm going to see what I can do without prepping.
Just you got to go by the name Nick Hogan.
Yeah. Oh. Nick Hogan.
Wow, throwback.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah. But no, it was good. It was just, I mean, it's funny how, like, I knew who they were, but they didn't know who I was, evidently. We couldn't communicate. Well, you could text, but
yeah.
who wants to do that when all you're really thinking
Right.
about is just wanting to just get lap times,
Right,
get
right.
laps with these guys. And they really drew down.
Yeah. No,
They
it was
really
good.
did.
It was a good little skit. I'd like to see more of that.
Yeah. It's just, again, it's one of those things where you don't know when they're going to pop in.
Right.
And you could try to reach out to them, but then it sort of becomes like a scheduling thing. And I just like the way how it's just random because who knows who you're going to run into.
Right.
I mean, I've seen who I believe to be Austin Meeks.
Really?
Just,
really?
around, some of the lobbies. And Ryan Literal, too.
Yeah.
Literally?
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, exactly.
I always want to say that.
Yeah.
Literally?
Yeah.
Literally.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I'm going to presume literally, Ryan, literal.
Yeah.
In these things. And surprisingly, I'm always surprised to see him not in an RB powered vehicle. For me, it throws me off. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know?
RB the world except for on Sisem.
Yeah, right? Yeah. I mean, there's a good Nissan S15 with an RB, a very loud RB. It's pretty good. It's fun. But in any case. But yeah, it was great. I had a good time. And hopefully it's, like I mentioned, I reached out to Ron reached out. And I replied letting him know that, it'd be good to just, do some more tandems.
Oh, so you did after
He tagged him.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You did tag him. That's right. You tagged him in a video and stuff. That's
Yeah.
right. The clip, or the short, or whatever you call it.
No, that was great. Tim, what have you been up to? It looks like you've, with the help of Paul over here, gone
Acquired
through
some new parts.
Yeah, exactly. You've gone on an excursion over to the junkyards to retrieve some parts. And
Yes. So I a couple things. I think last time I was waiting for the Seems Legit Garage stub axle 8.8 to BMW rear axle kit for the diff I have. So I got those installed. Unfortunately, found out that the stub axles, that kit that Seems Legit Garage makes for the BMW to 8.8 rear end
Is actually
it's for an 8.8 IRS out of a Explorer.
Yeah.
And I have a 8.8 IRS out of a Cobra. So apparently the
Cobra.
Yeah, Cobra. Strike first. The stub axles are different, so they didn't slide all the way. I got the axles in, and I was like, man, there's a lot of play. So I took a picture. I emailed it to the Seems Legit Garage guys, and they replied right away. Like, their customer service is pretty good. And then he was like, that doesn't look like an 8.8. I told him it is. I told him I got a good deal on it a long time ago, and it's out of a Cobra. He's like, ours are for an Explorer. But I looked on the site. It doesn't mention that there's a difference between the Cobra.
Yeah,
actually,
I didn't think there was a difference.
I didn't think there was a difference either, because the Cobra and the Thunderbird share the same aluminum, the diff. So mine's the aluminum casing one. Anyhow. Long story short, he tagged the guys from G-Force. They said, no problem. Send them the stub axles I have. They'll send me the ones for the Cobra, and that'll be done. So the rear end is pretty much done. But
it's nice to know if you ever needed to get an Explorer diff, you just get the stub axles for it. You can just buy probably just the stub axles, and you can use the same.
Yeah. You get just the stub axles, and you can make your own axles if you wanted to.
Yeah.
I just went with the upgraded Outlaw axles. I mean, they're like, I weighed each axle is 30 pounds. It's 60 pounds just in axles.
Yeah.
And the bags, they're heavy.
Beefy.
Yeah, I got the upgraded, so they're good. I shouldn't have to break it. Plus, they're like mirror polished bearings in there and everything. G-Force makes the axles. They're G-Force axles. So I got that in, but I have to take the stub axles out tomorrow, ship them back to G-Force. They'll send me back the right ones. Then I went to the junkyard, as Ben had mentioned, because I was waiting for...
which I let you know that a GS300 hit the yard.
I was getting to that.
Oh.
I'm going to give you credit. Don't worry. You'll get your credit is
junkyard credit.
Your junkyard credit.
There won't be any stolen value here.
No, absolutely not. So Paul, he's the man when it comes to learning what comes into the junkyard when it lands in the junkyard. So he messaged me. He's like, hey, GS300 just landed in the yard. I needed a power steering pump bracket because the power steering pump bracket that I had was bent, so the pulley wasn't lining up. And I needed the fitting that goes on the power steering pump. When I did the swap out at where AutoZone or whatever, I forgot to take that fitting out where the pressure sensor is. So I didn't have the right fitting going. So I had to get that, and I got the bracket. But I had never been to LKQ. We used to call it U-Pull it back in the day.
But now it's branded LKQ, and they changed a lot of things.
Yeah, they changed colors and changed a lot of things. But I'd never been there when cars landed. I always kind of got there and just walked through, like when cars first get there. Paul messaged me and told me that there was one there. I was able to go the next day. No, actually, I went the same day. I got the same day, and it was like ants. It was like there was probably like 30 or 40 guys on that whole row attacking all the cars.
Oh,
because they just put them in that day.
Oh, okay.
They are all over the place. Like on your back, it's like they're like right here, and you're like yelling at each other and stuff. And once I was walking around, one guy they were arguing. He started smashing one of the cars. He's saying something. He was going to smash them up. He started hitting the car, and they were about ready to fight. So I just got what I needed and got out.
Yeah, they fight over the parts.
Yeah, but it was a GS 350. It was in row 33. I don't know if it's still going to be there, but the 2J NA2J was there, and it had a fluidine crank pulley.
Yeah.
I just didn't. Yeah, the
damper.
The damper pulley, crank pulley, whatever. I just didn't have the tools to get it off. I didn't have my gun impact gun. I would have taken it off and just try to resell it. Mm-hmm. But anyhow, I was able to get the parts I needed, so that's good. Now I made a little a bleeder catch can for the water outlet of the engine. Chris Jackson's got that, so he's going to weld that together for me.
Okay.
And I basically have the parts. I have to put the transmission back in, and it's getting there. I have pretty much everything I need. Now it's just time. I got to put the transmission back in, draft shaft in, get the stub axles. Then I can go ahead and put I have to make a bracket for the oil cooler. Little stuff though, but I'm getting excited now because I could see the finish line. Yeah.
That's good news.
Mm-hmm.
Paul?
Oh, wait,
one
more
ahead.
update.
Yeah, go ahead.
The E30 leaks.
Wait, what?
It does leak? What's the leak?
I don't know. I took the car out the other day, and my wife's like, you got to put something down. You're standing in the driveway. I was like, I knew it. I was excited.
What is it?
I don't know. I haven't had a chance to look at it.
Gotta get a diaper.
I don't know if it's front and rear. I just threw some cardboard underneath it and called it a day. So
okay.
We'll see.
Gotta do a little desiccant pad underneath.
A desiccant pan.
Little desiccant.
Desiccant? Desiccant?
Yeah, desiccant.
Desiccant. Pad.
Yeah, just it soaks up the oil. Just like a diaper.
Nah. I use a torch. I heat up the oil from the pavers. It burns it out.
You burn it out. Yeah.
Works good.
As far as me, no, not much work done in the car. I know Gabby, our resident garbanzo bean eater, he doesn't want me to work on my car because he wants to use Tim's trailer, and he knows if I work on my car and I get my car done, he's going to have to rent the trailer. So every time I say I'm going to go work on my car, he tries to talk to me. Oh, you want to work on some work stuff, don't you? Did you have some? Why don't you go hang out with your wife? Go spend some time with your wife. Go on vacation. Yeah, no. So he doesn't want to work on the car, but I think tomorrow I'm going to work on the car. Debating on whether just buying another rev up and throwing it in there or trying to pull the other one out, but I don't know.
You said you sold the NA2J, right?
Yeah, I sold the NA2J because I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do right now. I can always buy it again if I need, but I need to figure out what I'm going to do. So I want to get the engine back in that. I want to slide it for, a little bit and then see if I can sell it and then try to finalize on. The problem is I always buy drift cars, and I say I'm going to buy a sedan. I'm going to buy a coupe. I'm going to buy a coupe, and I always buy a damn sedan.
You do. The Volvo is a sedan.
The Volvo's a sedan. The G30 is a sedan. G35 sedan. I haven't owned a coupe.
Well, you did own a coupe, and you decided
this one.
No, the G35.
Oh, that coupe
that you bought in the hood. And what did I tell him? I was like, just drift this. Mm-hmm. No, I don't want to drift this. I don't want to drift this. I'm going to get something else. I'm going to take your ass. I'm going to swap it out. I don't want to do it. And then you had it was done.
I know.
It was done. All you had to do is.
Well, I had certified destruction, so I couldn't drive it around.
But it was certified.
It was certified.
It was certified.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with me with sedans. I don't fit in sedans, but I keep on buying them. I don't know. It is what it is. But so I got to get the car back going so that way I can either sell it or decide to keep it. Probably going to pick up that wing from that guy up in Port St. Lucie. Maybe do that tomorrow. He took that car off of Facebook.
You're going to go all the way to Port St. Lucie just for that, or are you going up there anyways?
Why, are you going to go up there?
No. We're going down to Miami. Well, because somebody's selling tires up there. Maybe I'll message them. I don't know.
Let me know. Yeah, because I might go up there for that. But we'll see. Because that would look good on the car. And
I
it
think
needs
so.
a wing.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll see.
We got to finish that livery. We got to get back with Spen.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to add some more stuff to it, and then I didn't reply to him. Well, I got to get with you. We got to look.
I told him to send us the file.
He wanted to add sponsors. I was like, tell him
don't worry about that yet.
Well, we don't really have any sponsors.
Yeah, we're kind of losers.
We don't have any sponsors. Nobody wants.
Nobody wants to sponsor. No, I do need to put my company name on there, though.
Yeah, but we can always add that on later. And I think that works better because then you could just you print out the sponsor logos and then you can put them on. And if you want to, you can always peel them off.
Yeah, I don't want to print it into.
I don't want to print it today.
No,
so I was going to tell him that, but I want some more graphic on the front of the car.
Yeah.
But anyways, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. So we got to do that. That's about
Actually,
it.
I should send it to you. Do you have it?
What?
We can show.
No.
You want to show people what it looks
No,
like?
no, no,
not yet.
no.
Oh, it looks pretty good.
No, okay.
Yeah,
I
we got to
mean,
move some stuff around.
Move some stuff around. It's pretty cool.
It'll look better once it's on the car.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Take it easy.
Well,
Take it easy.
well, okay, never mind.
My car will be done first before his.
Now the race
That's why I
is
need
on.
the wing.
The race is on.
That's why I need the wing. So that and yeah, I don't know. What you got, Ben?
Oh, okay. Well, one of the first things I actually want to go ahead and mention and announce is that we can officially say that we are going to be taking part in an LS Fest event
Oh,
happening over in Vegas, people.
that's really fun.
Ooh, Vegas.
Yes, indeed.
You went to Vegas.
Yeah, I didn't like Vegas.
Why?
I'm not into the. I found out I'm allergic to cigarette smoke.
Really?
Yeah, like because
I kind of like cigarette smoke. I wouldn't smoke, but I kind of like the smell of it.
because we grew up on it. We had family, our uncle, and people. We
I
grew
don't
up
know.
around
Something,
smells. It
something
brings
like
back memories.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is.
I think it is. I found that after like the second day there, because the company I worked for sent me out there for a conference, and by the second day, my eyes started to water up and get all teary. I was sneezing like crazy, like crazy allergies. I'd get out of the hotel room, walk around, they start to go away, go back into into the casino, and my eyes would start to well up after the second day.
Oh, they allow smoking inside.
Oh yeah, heck
wow.
yeah, it's
Of
like
course, it's a casino. What do you expect?
yeah.
Well, I mean, I've been in Florida for so long, they haven't allowed that. So
When's the
it's
last
like,
time you seen somebody smoke a cigarette? Not that it's kind of off
Inside.
topic. Like no, just like smoke a cigarette.
Oh, today?
Smoke cigarette?
Yeah, well, you probably
I
work
got-
with somebody that smokes cigarettes.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
that doesn't count.
yeah.
Outside of the work,
Outside of work?
Outside of work?
Not like you used to.
No.
You used to go everywhere. I remember growing up.
I remember going into restaurants and be half smoking, half
Yeah.
the non-smoking section and the smoking section.
You know, when I think of cigarettes, I think of Bert.
Really?
Yeah, I just always burn one, man, burn one. Him,
Oh,
him and
okay.
Red and Fink.
I remember Red. Yeah, Red's.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, but Bert always be, smoking
Yeah.
a cigarette.
Well, I don't know, Paul. I don't understand why you saying that about casinos down here not allowing you to smoke. Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm not saying that they don't allow you to smoke, but like you go into the Hard Rock, it doesn't smell like Hard Rock Casino doesn't smell like smoke.
Well, I bring it up because at the Coconut Creek drift event that we did,
That's a
there
hole in the
was it
wall.
was pretty
It's a hole in
evident.
the wall.
Yeah.
It's a hole in the wall.
Yeah, casino.
I will tell you though, after going to Vegas for my first time, if somebody's not from around here, if they ever come down here, that Hard Rock Casino is easily just as nice, if not nicer, than probably 80% of the hotels and resorts in Vegas.
Really?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I was at the MGM Grand, and it was like, it wasn't anything like, I thought Hard Rock put it to shame,
Huh.
in my opinion.
Okay.
I mean, the big guitar, the way it looked, the way it just, yeah, I think the Hard Rock doesn't reek like cigarette smoke as bad. I think they're better.
Hard Rock doesn't smell like cigarette smoke at all. You know why? It's 100 still ass.
Oh,
Well, it's not
100%
getting the
fresh
HVAC.
air.
It's not getting the HVAC,
100%
but
fresh air, yeah. 100% fresh air, so it's all
100% fresh
pumping
air
that fresh air,
units,
getting
yeah.
smoke smell out.
Huh. Okay.
Anyhow, but yeah, we're going to Vegas. Back on topic for LS Fest. So this will be our second LS Fest. Me and Ben get to be the announcers, thanks to our man Nick over there taking care of us. Appreciate
Indeed.
that. Keep us in
So you April 28th to the 30th. So when is that? Is that a Friday to Sunday?
Thursday to Sunday.
Oh, Thursday.
That's going to be busy. That end of April till the end of May is going to be really a lot for me because we're going to LS Fest. We're actually going to London for a week and a half, family vacation.
You're going to London.
Yeah, actually, we're going there during the coordination, so we're going to go to London for a week, 10 days, and when we get back, the weekend after we get back, we go back out. We got confirmed for Texas as well.
Yes.
So we are confirmed for Las Vegas and Texas. So that's going to be a busy month for me, traveling.
One of the reasons why I wanted to bring it up already is simply because we want to try to just get that information out to the drivers, so that way drivers can reach out to us and we could get in contact with them to try to get their information.
Yeah, because it's
Because-
definitely a set of drivers that we don't normally
No,
talk to, Las Vegas drivers. But that would be, I mean, who's in Las Vegas?
well, it's right by California, so maybe Jeff Jones will be there, right? Could be.
Possibly.
I know Chris has been trying to talk him into doing LS
Rome.
Fest. Rome.
Rome would be there, maybe.
There's a lot of guys that we may know from Clutch Kickers, that a couple of them.
Yeah.
But that's how it was when we went to Kentucky.
Yeah.
We didn't know anybody.
Yeah, but Kentucky's a little, closer to home base.
Kind of.
So I think the Las Vegas will be a lot of people you guys are not used to knowing.
Well, but that's the thing is Kentucky, yes, is a little closer to home base, but still, what percentage of the field did we know, Ben? Maybe like 10, 15% of the field?
That's a good point. Or we've came across at some point before.
Right.
So, for instance, Dirk Strand, Jonathan
Yes.
Aaron,
Yep.
Nicholas Rodriguez,
Tyler Berry.
Tyler Berry, yeah.
Yep.
There's that. I'm trying to remember this other person. Josh
I hear
McGuire.
Tyler Perry every time you guys say that.
Tyler Perry, that's funny. Dirty Drifting.
No, he wasn't there.
Are you sure? With the Neon 350Z.
Yeah, he was.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, that. Okay, yeah. Cabot Cardoza.
Yeah,
I was
there we
thinking
go,
of.
Cabot.
I was thinking of Thick Rick.
No.
Yes, yes.
I don't know why I was thinking that.
Right.
Anyhow, yeah, yeah. So the point being, if maybe we could post this up, a little clip. If you are entering into Las Vegas Motor Speedway LS Fest on April 28th through the 30th, reach out to us with a picture of the car, a picture of you, any nickname that you want to be called. We love nicknames. Nicknames are great. It makes it fun as an announcer to have some nicknames if you want to go that route. And some information about you that we can talk about. It's not really a serious competition. It's just a good, fun exhibition kind of competition.
Even though it's titled as a drift challenge.
It is a drift challenge, but we know, right? From our experience on the last one that we went to, it's a competition, but it's not like as hardcore as Formula Drift or even the Clutch Kicker series, right? So it's about having fun, having a good time, putting on a good show for all the fans that come out there. By all means, if you're going to drive, please contact us so we can start studying you guys and get some information, and it helps us help you, really,
Yeah.
right?
Michael Elsey. He was in the
That's right,
Kentucky one.
he was. Michael Elsey was there
Yeah,
too.
he was there too. Got to
Yeah.
see his doors.
We should see a lot of those guys in the Texas one because that's pretty close to them.
Texas,
So-
we should know. A good
Texas, you should know a good amount about the guys, but the Las Vegas one, I think it's going to be a little interesting.
Yeah, it's one of it'll be like Kentucky in the sense that we're kind of just don't know what we're getting ourselves into in a
amount.
way.
Yeah, Kentucky blew my mind with the amount of people there.
Yeah.
It was pretty crazy.
Where is the Las Vegas Motor Speedway? Can you pull up that?
It's in Las Vegas.
Where? Well, yeah. Obviously, well, maybe.
It's pretty close to the
could be.
hotel. It's pretty close to the Strip. It's not that
know?
far. Yeah, because I went there for.
I just want to see it. Is it an oval or what is it?
It's a drag strip. There's a bunch of stuff there.
Let me try to find it.
I think, right?
Um,
Well, I drove by it because when I went to Vegas for my company
I forgot
trip,
Who is that pedal?
my wife flew
Well,
in.
that's Rome back there.
Right.
That is, yeah.
But who's the pedal commander guy?
I don't know.
Isn't that Feel? Yeah, isn't that was the guy that Odie sponsored? I think last or campaigned for Pro Spec last year.
I don't know.
That's who that is. I don't know
okay.
who that is. I don't remember his name, but yeah.
That's awesome, though. Like, it's really exciting to be able to, and it worked out really well. Like, not to say that, I mean, it sucks. Clutch Kickers.
You know who'd
Didn't do
probably
the
be there is
season.
Odie. Odie would probably be there.
He should.
He
be.
was, I believe. I think he announced that he's going to be there.
No,
Yeah.
Farouk doesn't have a LS. Farouk. No, I don't think so. I don't remember. But it's pretty exciting because we weren't able to do Clutch Kickers because Clutch Kickers canceled this season, and it's like we didn't skip a beat. Now we're doing the LS Fests. That's exciting. It's fun. And it's good to meet these other people. I think in a previous episode, one of the cuts that you made is what we enjoy about is going and meet new drivers, watch new drivers, and be able to actually just establish some kind of relationship with these guys outside of what you see on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
Ben, you look like you're concentrating.
Yeah, I'm
He's
trying to just
find
get
that.
this information properly so that way everybody can just take a good look on this.
You know what?
All right.
I've been hooked on where you're pulling. Oh, you got it? Okay.
Yeah, I got it. I just
Okay,
gotta
I'll
pull
talk about
this
that
up
later.
There. So that
Oh,
is
God,
the
it's-
facility.
Oh, look at that.
What the hell?
It's a whole bunch of stuff.
That's a,
Oh, that's not a secure
you-
site, buddy.
You've been blocked.
No.
Routed through Russia.
What is going on?
Oh,
Just continue. Oh God,
there you go.
There we go. Hopefully it doesn't do it again.
Okay. So
All
we got-
right.
There's an off-road course, a go-kart
Where do,
track,
do you know where they do it at? They do it in the Oval, I assume, because it's a huge event. It's not
an
they can't-
outside road,
Yeah, I'm gonna
road
see that.
course. Yeah, I can imagine it's probably. You see that inside road course is probably
Yeah.
there, I guess. Man, that's a big facility.
It is.
They have a drag strip, a freaking dirt track, go-kart track, an off-road course. Do they have an expo center though?
Oh, that's what they're missing. I will tell you though, like when I went to Vegas, being from South Florida my whole life, everything's green, right? And you go to Vegas, like everything's dead. It's a whole nother world. It's weird. I'm not used to driving around and not seeing trees. It's insane. I'm like, there's
yeah.
like no trees anywhere.
Right, right.
That was definitely an experience. You can tell I haven't traveled much growing up.
But if we go on to actually click out of here, we'll actually get a better view of some of the facilities. As you can see, the Super Speedway,
Oh, click there.
the 4-wide drag strip.
Four
wide.
Oh, they're the ones with the 4 wide. Oh,
Ooh,
wow.
that looks like a lot of fun.
That's
Nice
really
view too.
cool.
Look at the mountains in the back. That's one great thing about getting out of Florida. Like Florida is missing mountains. If it had mountains,
I don't know, man. Yes, they're missing mountains, but getting out of Florida, I don't know about that because, like, I went to Texas and that was just depressing.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying Florida's missing mountains. I'm not saying I want to get out of Florida.
Yeah, I know, but that's nice to see mountains in the background. Yeah, that's not a trash heap.
No, things are packed.
Moving on, we got a dirt track
Cool,
for the off-road vehicles.
Oh, nice.
pretty sweet.
All right, and I believe this should be where
That's-
the drifting is going to take place. And it looks like, oh no, that's just somebody doing burnouts.
Well, no,
Or it
is
could be
that-
a takeover.
Well, I don't know because there's two ovals. There's a section in the middle of the main oval. Is that the main oval? That's
It
not
looks
the,
like
No.
there's some drifting going on there.
There's definitely drifting going on there. But is there? Look, go down one more inside road course.
That's what I want to see.
Oh, okay.
That's where I think it's going to be.
I hope so because that looks
Because remember, they got to have room for the car shows, and they want everything all together, right?
Yeah,
They
That's
could
pretty
run
crazy.
drags. The drag strip's right behind it.
yeah. The drag strip's right over there. Man, I don't know. This place is huge.
They did this last year here, right?
yeah.
So I'll have to look up some videos and see what it's like. Get
That's a
an
good
idea.
point. Yeah. They have that outside road course. Wait, if you thought an inside road course wasn't enough, they're throwing you an outside
That's
road
a
course.
big outside
That's a
road course. Look how
really
big that is.
Freaking road
I'm
course,
so
dude.
jealous.
Yeah, jeez.
That's wild. Okay.
And then the go-kart track. That's
For
interesting.
your Miatas and
FRSs, maybe.
Yeah,
And,
cappuccinos.
8.6
Cappuccinos, yeah.
8.6 needs. The off-road course.
another off-road course.
You can take your Tundra
Yep.
and do Tundra things. What the hell's that? Just
paddock.
a paddock? Oh, okay.
Paddock.
Or maybe for like stage performances.
That's what that looks
Music.
like. Right? Or no, that's the back of the bleachers.
Oh, okay. Paved surfaces. This is looking like one of those like Airbnb kind
Yeah,
of things.
yeah, it's
Like, oh,
like-
check out all the amenities here, folks. This is what you get when going over to Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
All right. That's gonna be fun. We're gonna have
That
a
should
good
be pretty fun.
time. Yeah.
Yep. Well, that's exciting news that you guys got that. That's so.
And where's the Texas one at? Texas Motor Speedway. I'm just curious.
Well, let's just
Fellas, we're gonna focus on
let's
this one?
focus on this, and
Because they're almost back to back. They're only 2 weeks apart.
right.
2 weeks apart.
2 3 weeks apart.
Oh.
3 weeks.
Yeah,
apart.
give or
2 weeks
take.
apart.
Yeah.
I was like, holy cow.
Yeah, 3 weeks apart. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about going to one of these guys with you, but
Why
I
don't
know.
you?
I don't know.
He doesn't know.
I don't know.
He doesn't know.
Don't know.
Well, he mentioned that Gabby's trying to prevent him from doing certain things, so maybe that's what it is.
Gabby really wants to go to Las Vegas.
Why?
He's been trying to talk me into sending him on a training class for duct design in Las Vegas.
Send me to Vegas, man. They like carbon beans there.
Yeah, no, he was really interested in that.
Yeah, Tim, you didn't seem so. You didn't,
Elated?
No, it just didn't seem like you had such a great experience over in Vegas when you went.
I did because I don't gamble. I don't really drink. I don't smoke cigarettes. If you don't gamble and you're not into it, I'm married, so it's not like I'm going to go party and do crazy stuff, there's nothing for you really there, right?
Really?
Well, that's what Vegas is, right? Vegas is the casinos and the gambling and the shows. I guess if you want to go see some shows.
Yeah,
I did see
exactly.
Jay Leno. But what I did enjoy is leaving Vegas and going to Zion National Park. So my wife did fly in, and then we went to Zion National Park and went to
Okay.
Bryce Canyon.
Right.
That was nice.
Okay.
I like how different it is from what I'm used to. Like I said, everything here is green. There's palm trees everywhere. You get the ocean and everything. Here it's just dry desert. And it was cool. I had a good time, but like Vegas is not really my thing. I'd much rather go to like Formula Drift, Road Atlanta, or something like that than
Road
go to
Atlanta's
Vegas.
really
Road
good.
Atlanta is like still one of my
Road
all-time
Atlanta's the
favorite
best,
events.
man.
Yeah.
You can't.
So I'd
It's
much-
such a great venue.
Now maybe this is going to change my mind. Maybe I'll be like, I
Possibly.
like Vegas.
Or maybe you needed somebody to kind of like show you different things to do.
Maybe
mean-
so. What are you going to show me?
He's gonna take you on a
You've been
wild
there,
ride.
right?
It's gonna
Yeah.
be Ben's wild ride.
Ben's Wild Ride.
I gotta show him the ropes.
Oh, man.
Show him the parts of Las Vegas that were not meant to be seen.
Yeah. So I was on foot patrol when I was there. I couldn't really walk around. I couldn't really drive around, so I was walking around most of the time. So maybe that's why.
Oh, okay.
I did go to the Bellagio though, because I was trying to clear my allergies. So I walked to the Bellagio from the MGM. Got my steps in, but yeah, Vegas doesn't really.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. One of the things I did is that, unbeknownst to me, and I kind of did this kind of by mistake, is that I was like, okay, I'm going to go to one of the buffets that's highly talked about there. So I figured, you know what, let me just walk over there. Shouldn't be that long of a distance. Turned out to be very, very pretty far. I mean, it took me almost an hour just to walk from where I had to go.
Was it good? Was it worth it?
Oh, well, it was worth it in the end because it prepped me for the buffet. Because by the time that I got to
You really
the
was
place,
ready.
I was ready. I was ready to throw down. I was like, bring everything out. Bring all the plates over because I'm ready to chow down.
Well, I'm gonna be ready for that because I'm like cutting out bread and like wraps and like grains and stuff, and I just been focusing on eating like a lot of meat and veggies and fruit. So trying to get healthy this year. That's like that and try to learn Spanish fluently. Those are like my two, I guess you could say, New Year's resolutions. I want to
Well,
be able to.
Mexico isn't that far from there. Maybe you could practice your Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did also surprise me some of the different tourists that you get there.
All over the world.
Right.
It's like, well, it's almost like going to Orlando though. You go to Orlando, you get people from all over the world too. So I guess it really didn't shock me too much to see people from all over the world. Plus, South Florida's a melting pot. Like, it's not. Well, I'm gonna shut up.
I got careful there.
I gotta be careful.
Remember last time we spoke about this? Loose lips, sink
Yeah,
ships.
loose lip. Yeah, sink
Yeah,
the ship.
right.
Anyways, what you got next?
Yeah. Well, no, I just
wanted
want
to share something though, because you asked what I was doing, and one of the things I meant to talk about is one thing I've been on a hot version kick.
Huh?
Option videos.
Oh.
I've been like, do you watch those? You ever watch those?
No.
Oh, they're really good. Like, if I could build a motorsports complex.
Oh, this is going to be great.
Okay.
To what I got to segue into.
Okay, so if I could build a motorsports complex, I would obviously put like an 8th mile drag strip because that's money. You put your dirt track in there, that's money. But I would have like, first you'd have to do it like in Ocala because I don't want to keep it in Florida. So you have to do it in Ocala somewhere where there's elevation change. But if anybody's watched option videos where they do the point-to-point races, like 30-second races, I would definitely have like 2 or 3 like initial D-style courses that are point-to-point
Yeah.
and that are through the woods.
Togeys.
Non-judged, timed. Like you know, cat and mouse chase, just like what the initial D stuff was, and have like an initial D night and do like our own hot version stuff where you bring in like 2 drivers and then you just have these tuners bring in, because basically what they do is the Drift King, and then he has some other drifters. I can't think of their names right now, but they'll come in and they drive these other tuners. They build a car, and then they'll have like 4 cars, and then they'll drive 2. One guy will drive 2, the other guy will drive 2, and then they'll get the 2 fastest, and then they race each other.
Yeah.
But they don't build their own cars. They have these tuners come in. So these MCR comes in, or Feed, or RAM and EF come there, and they put their cars there, and they race each other. And it's always the same builders, these world class builders that we know from Japan, and you watch them. It's just so much fun. It's just so much fun. That was definitely
one of my most memorable and favorite moments is when Technical Techno Pro Spirits,
Okay.
the tuner, they put together a MR2 Spider.
Was it the
And-
yellow one?
No, it was white.
It was for that show, though, right?
Yeah, it was for the show. Right. And sort of, it just seemed like everybody kind of like wrote it off. Like, oh, there's nothing going to be, it's not going to be that good.
Right.
But this thing like mopped the floor.
And they laugh like when they're driving, they're like, "Whoa, it's so fun! Oh my gosh!" It's like the in-car cam.
Right,
These guys
right.
are hilarious.
Right. And the fact that it's like, they even went and got Tsuchiya's 8.6 because it's kind of, at times, like, he'll bring it out just to
Yeah.
kind of like benchmark it to see like, okay, how good is it, this
Right.
car? And this MRS like really just,
it
did
that
work
one?
on it. Yeah, it's that one.
What? Because there's like I was watching
It's-
102. I was watching 9. I was in the like 92, 91. They had the yellow like wide body S2000 and the gray S2000, but the wide body S2000 on like a full like livery, like all painted up, and then he was going against the REM and REM. Man, his RX-7s or his FDs are insanely fast on that course.
Right.
But yeah, that looks like a lot of fun. That would be what I would do, going through the woods, elevation change, point-to-point racing, and that would be a lot of fun. It just looks like, I want to watch those, I'm like, man, that looks like a lot of fun. And you pull driver, I mean, you could think about it. If we could do like an American version of that, you'd have to have a course like that, and you pull people like, Chelsea and Von Gittin, all those guys, and pull some drifters in, but then find some local like autocross guys and have them pitch in, do a whole show on it. It'd be a lot of fun, and then have these different tuners.
That's not the same though. I don't know what
It
it is
could.
about
It wouldn't be
Japan.
the same because like there's.
I'm about Japan, man.
Well, it's even like with Top Gear, what they did with Top Gear,
Yeah, it's just
right?
not
Like
the
Top
same.
Gear, they replaced those 3 guys in Top
like-
Gear, and they brought it in, and just like nobody watched it. It sucked. Right, you'd
still
have to
do.
find the right guys, and it could work if you found the right personalities because you use the same guys every time.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
be hard.
anyways, that's why I've been like hooked on these option videos, watching them over and over again. Even the ones that don't have like subtitles, I still watch them.
What were you gonna say is gonna lead into that?
So I came across this article that, let me just go ahead and prep this up for you guys. I came across this article.
Oh, this one.
I mean, when I came across it, I was just completely confused. I was like, okay, what is going on? Why is Toyota messing around with 8.6s?
Right.
And it just so happens there's like a mosquito there around you.
Yeah, we had the garage
That's
door
just
open. Yeah.
strange. But let me just go ahead and just.
So that's a brand new offer.
No.
Oh, is that-
no.
So, okay, let me try to summarize it. Basically, they got these chassis, this A6 chassis, and rebuilt it. Like, freshed it up and everything. Obviously, with
Stripped
Toyota
it
having the
down,
funds. Yeah,
right.
exactly. Stripped it down, refreshed it, everything. And they got 11, and they got a Treno. For those of you who don't know, there's like the Treno is the one with the pop-up lights, and the 11 is the one
It's like
with the fixed
Zinky and
headlights.
Cookie kind of thing.
No, that's not.
No.
Same years.
Oh,
Yeah. Think about it as
The 180 versus a coupe.
the 180
versus-
SX and the Sylvia.
okay, all right.
But even then, not even. Well, actually,
Well, but
not
there's
even
changes.
that too.
Not the same. It's not flip light versus like non-flip light, but there's a change.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a change. So they got these 2 vehicles, and they actually it talks about this article about how basically Akio Toyota, the CEO of Toyota, and trusted these individuals to kind of like get together and grab these 8.6s and have one be fully electric powered and the other one be hydrogen powered. When you look at the video, which there's some photos over here that you can see how they, spoiler alert, I guess, right? Definitely check this out. It's actually really cool what they're talking about. I'm just gonna, mute it and kind of skip forward some of these moments. But you see, they're talking about
4AG.
Wow, they're testing in the lab and everything.
Yeah. So the first part. Hang on. Let me just go ahead and full screen this. There we go. So the first portion of this video that they have is they're actually putting together the hydrogen powered one. And what's really fascinating, what really stood out to me is the fact that they're actually using a 4AG
Okay.
to power the hydrogen model. This really kind of intrigued me and really kind of made me wonder, is like, okay, how are they doing this? What is going on? Because this is something that I figured is like, okay,
well, hydrogen's not a liquid; it's a gas. So
yeah, but it's not.
Yeah, how are they getting this engine that we know to be gas powered? Creating combustion through the gas.
Well, Paul had a hydrogen motor in my freaking stove one time. Anyways, go ahead. Yeah, how are they getting...
Right. How, these are all these questions that are coming up. It's like, okay, how are they getting this engine powered with the hydrogen? And obviously, I'm just going to skip forward and just get to the point where is it? You see, they're putting the car together. That's a 4AG right there.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Look at that.
Beautiful. So nice. Right now.
And to kind of like a little bit, summarize it a little bit further, and
they're clapping too.
Yeah, they basically said that they changed the head with the manifold, with the injectors. They basically made not significant changes.
Really?
To make it hydrogen powered.
So once they did the research, came up with a game plan, modifying the engine didn't really take too much, is what you're saying?
That's what that's what they're trying to.
Oh, they actually run them on the track.
Yeah. So the other part of the process is obviously you need to put the
hydrogen,
the tanks to store the hydrogen to power the vehicle. So they actually created this cradle on the back of the car that sits on the hatch part of it, so that way then you could store the tanks there. And that's what you saw in the back, that cover. Well, that's where the hydrogen tank is. But look at that thing. It looks like...
Right, that's great.
It just came from the factory like that.
Right, but it's hydrogen.
Yeah, and it's moving all on its own.
That's the way we need to go right there. I'm telling you. Get rid of this electric car crap. The electric car stuff is bad for the...
It's good luck with that, buddy.
I know.
Toyota has a lot.
Not enough money.
Toyota has a lot invested in hydrogen right now.
Yes, they do,
but not. They also are not planning to do.
The EV cars are going to hit a limit where they realize we can't charge all these EV cars and all the cobalt and all this other crap that we're mining to make these batteries is being built on the back of like freaking slave children and stuff. That's coming to light.
That's where the hydrogen comes into play. They're not going to. Toyota has no means to ever burn hydrogen.
Absolutely not.
They want to use the hydrogen to make electricity. So that's...
Hang on. Well, let me finish, and then actually I come to find out it's not that entirely.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
The CEO's vision for it is something different. And I'm actually... What he has to say about it has me hooked on the hydrogen idea. I wrote it off before. Because obviously the infrastructure isn't there, the expense, and just the added weight, the safety of it, and so forth.
Hold on.
Okay.
Let me slow you down there.
Slow down, Ben.
If you
pump the brakes.
There is a guy named.
There's a guy.
Hold on.
He has a name.
Shut up.
But you got to hold on. Pump the brakes while he finds this name of this guy.
Yeah, hold on.
This mysterious...
Well, anyways, look. There's a way of storing hydrogen in something called hydride, right? Okay. Yeah. A hydride is like a solid form. Well, not really a solid form, but imagine.
Denser form.
Well, no. Imagine something that can hold hydrogen in a non-explosive way.
Like a sponge, like a hydrogen.
It's like a sponge that inactivates hydrogen from being flammable. Okay.
Okay.
But it holds the hydrogen. Okay. And then it's called hydride.
Okay.
And once you heat it up, it releases the hydrogen. There's a guy that actually did this in his old Corvette. He basically put these caps, these 3 tanks that hold what he calls hydride, right? Mm-hmm. And he pumps the hydrogen in there. And once it's in the hydride tanks, somebody can crash into them. It's safe.
Huh.
So it's not like a pressurized capsule where it can
not like Fast and Furious
blows up. Boom! Yeah, well you saw what I did in your kitchen, which was
he was popping
hydrogen
stuff on my kitchen stove.
Yeah, and he wasn't so happy about that.
No, I wasn't.
Because hydrogen's very flammable,
right?
And so
look at this! Pow!
It was like firecrackers going off in his
on my kitchen stove.
Yeah, he was pretty upset about
it. This guy was giddy about it.
He was,
I had a great time.
Pop! Oh, so cool.
It was pretty cool. So
he also lit up a Christmas tree 3 feet from my front door.
That was fun too.
Anyways,
So there is. Let me look into that real quick while you're talking about that.
Right. Okay. So I then got into looking more information on it just to see exactly what else has Toyota been doing with it, because obviously, like I mentioned, this piqued my interest tremendously, because I just want to know, is like, okay, what else is going on here? And the other thing I came across was this best motoring video where they get the hydrogen powered Corolla, GR Corolla.
oh, I didn't even realize. Okay, yeah, they're still doing these videos. How long has Hot Version been doing this?
I don't
A
know,
long time.
but to kind of give you,
Oh, I gotta get one of those pointers. I'm sorry.
it's okay. To kind of give you like an idea of what's happening, they grabbed the engine from the GR Yaris, put it into the GR Corolla,
Okay.
and made it hydrogen powered.
Same engine, just swapped it over. Okay.
Right, exactly.
Same way with the tanks in the back and everything.
Yep. The whole rear compartment, the trunk, is made up of just for the tanks.
But now this is a performance edition of this, right?
This is
Because
meant
the
for
A6 didn't look like it was going too fast.
this is meant for 24-hour racing. They actually, Toyota utilized this vehicle to race in one of their 24-hour races over in Japan, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Already
Which-
have used it.
They've already used it, and one of the things that they mentioned is that, and obviously this applies to many of the other manufacturers, and it's pretty obvious, is that they utilize motorsports to advance the progression of all of the development of the hydrogen.
Right.
And so they figured, like, okay, well, we can try to test it out as much as we can at our base, but let's take it racing and see exactly
How it performs under extreme
how-
conditions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How can we make it better? And with this video, as you can see, they just do hot laps.
Yeah, he's moving.
They do hot laps, and if you guys haven't seen it, it's a spoiler alert. But basically, what they come to realize is that even though it's heavier and it affects the performance due to the extra weight from the tanks in the rear, they couldn't tell. They wouldn't be able to distinguish the fact that it was hydrogen powered. If you were to tell them that it was still gas powered,
Yeah.
they'd be like, okay. But if you were to tell them like it was hydrogen powered, they'd be like, oh, all right, well, I didn't know.
Yeah. See, this is something I can get behind. This is more my speed.
Right.
Death to the EVs. Bring in the hydrogen.
The thing I don't understand is that hydrogen would detonate.
Let me add
crazy.
some sound so that way you guys can hear.
すごいトヨタ
It's the same.
夢がある
Sounds
な
just like a regular car. So let me just wrap this up so that way you guys don't get too
Well, he just sent a video of the YouTube of the other guys.
Right.
But go ahead.
But basically what Akio Toyota is saying is that he realized that with the EVs that's not the end all solution to carbon neutrality.
I agree.
One of the things that he's trying to push is to be able to have vehicles, an alternative to be hydrogen powered. And the possibility for you to be, because they envision a way for Toyota to offer parts to convert your gas powered engine
Really?
into hydrogen powered engine. So if you think about it, this is great. This is phenomenal because all of the emissions, all of the things that the government is trying to sort of impose to obviously cut down the emissions. Of course, I get that.
Can they make money on it? Can the government make money on it? And if they can't, that's where it's going to stop.
Right. Perhaps.
Yeah.
But
I don't know, man. So I mean, I've done quite a bit of looking into this, and that's the reason I just sent that video. To refill the tanks and have it's just the tanks storing liquid hydrogen is the big problem.
oh yeah, of course.
You are a freaking almost an atom bomb
You could be like
driving around.
He like boom.
like,
I get
half the
there's
city's
traffic.
gone.
There's
Half the
just-
city's gone.
That city's gone.
Yeah, it's not.
Well, that'll help the planet too, because less people. Bring down the population.
Oh my god! I mean, you
Right.
see those people driving over.
But you were making hydrogen like out of water, though.
yeah, you can split. You can make hydrogen.
Why can't they just do that when you put water in your car and you
H2O is hydrogen,
I-
oxygen.
I get that.
Okay, so yes, you can split water.
But why not just
Great.
store water and convert it to
Because
hydrogen?
you can't. I mean, there's not enough. Okay, you can't split water into hydrogen and oxygen without putting in more power than you get from it. You get it?
Oh, I see what you're saying. It's not
So
efficient.
you have to put. Yeah, no, it's not. It's a horrible efficiency. To get the hydrogen out of there, you spend more energy by trying to get it out of there. That's where it's yeah.
Yeah,
So that's why you need to store it. You need to find some way to store hydrogen that's safe. And that's that video I shared with you is a guy named Bob Lazar. Now, the weird thing about Bob Lazar is he's the guy that came out about Area 51.
Yes,
Oh,
that's
that's
right.
why that name sounds familiar.
Yeah, I've been watching him.
Yes.
So
He
if
was
you-
a scientist
so-
working on the spacecraft, not
Yeah.
Area
Yeah,
51.
yeah.
Well, now, but that's
Site
so there was
32.
like that's all hearsay. The government says it's all hearsay. Anyways,
He's a smart guy.
so completely separate to that, Bob Lazar has a Corvette that runs on hydrogen, and he made hydride. Now, the only way he can make that is with a particle collider. So he has a particle collider at his household.
okay.
So if you
Oh,
watch the
everybody
video,
has one of
if you
those.
watch the video, and you should put it up here just so if anybody wants
Yeah,
to
I've
watch
been
it.
watching the guy's videos.
Bob Lazar, yeah, it's Bob Lazar, which is it's an actual old video. It's who killed the hydrogen car. It's called. So you can probably just search it on there. Who's killing the hydrogen car? Bob Lazar.
Yeah, it's funny because I was actually this week watching his
His Area 51
One-
thing. Yeah, so he really didn't want to come out about that. And
yeah.
he was like, because he didn't want to be considered crazy, but he's a completely normal like guy. But if you just watch
he
his
was on
video,
Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan was
yeah, he's
talking
on
about it.
Joe Rogan a lot. But if you watch this video,
That's
you
it?
would. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. If you watch this video, and there really is nothing proprietary.
So you read all over the internet about people and they run their car on water and hydrogen fuel cells and so on. You're running your car on,
Hydrogen. You can't run a car on water.
but you're using water.
Right. You use water as the source material. You run electricity through it, and it breaks
Mind if I
it
skip?
down into
Yeah, you can
hydrogen
skip.
and oxygen,
Thank you.
and then
Just
you can
skip to the
burn
part where he's
hydrogen.
actually
It'll
pointing.
explode,
Yeah.
catch on fire. Here, only
It's an old video
the
from it seems
hydrogen.
like.
Yeah,
you
no,
can
it's
only
old.
get- It works just perfect. All you got to do is fill it with
That is a
water.
particle,
That's
That's
just
how
water,
you.
right?
That you just
Well,
showing how to
actually,
separate.
water
Go
with a
back.
little
Go forward.
Citric acid.
Forward.
oxygen levels, right.
Forward. Keep on
And
going.
they're-
Keep on going.
Hose, you can plumb it in like
That's
you
the
connect
flux
your-
capacitor.
That's what generates the
Dishwasher.
hydrogen. But
or
Well,
just
it says
connect to a
hydrogen
generator.
generator. I figured that.
And
Hey, it could be labeled
This
anything.
generates the hydrogen. It says hydrogen.
that's where he
generator.
fills it
I
up.
could have told you that.
That's where he fills up the
Which-
tanks.
Okay.
You just click on leave. An unusual gas.
So
Hydrogen
there we go.
That's
not
the
only
tanks.
is lighter
those are
than
the
air,
tanks.
but also it burns with an invisible flame and is completely odorless, which is not a good thing. Now propane is odorless
Well, let's-
too. They add a, that pretty strong scent to it, and you can't really do that with hydrogen because if you add any kind of chemical to it, the hydride has a problem storing it. It can poison the hydride and lose its ability to hold hydrogen. So that's something that needs to be addressed. If you have a hydrogen leak and somehow the gas is getting in the car,
Oh,
you
with the way
never
how
know.
he's going, he's probably
And
figured it
could
out by now.
accumulate.
Yeah,
what's
well,
hard is it's
you know,
used
he has a hard time people believing him. So,
Right.
Like,
but he actually goes into it and he explains, you know, the hydrate that he makes is technically you can't buy it. You have to make it. You're only allowed to make it. The government restricts you from buying it.
Yeah, but then you make it.
With you have to have a particle collider too.
Oh,
So-
well, well, yeah, because we don't have Radio Shack anymore.
Yeah, right?
Darn it.
yeah.
Are you going
But
back
it's,
to hydrogen?
yeah, no, it was pretty crazy.
What you going to show us now, your Ben?
Well, he was talking about the odorless part. There's a particular scene that I just wanted to find it, but
That's fine.
Oh, there it is. There it
Oh, they're
is.
smelling the exhaust.
Yeah. He's just curious about it. He's like, hey. Oh, wait. He's giving the old sniff test.
It's like, oh, I love their sense of humor.
Yeah,
so
no,
that's
it-
something.
Even if the car gets so popular, air won't be ruined. That's the way.
Right.
Nice way to end that.
no. So it's you know, I don't think the hydrogen.
Yeah, I'm not saying like it's a solution now. There's a lot to still be figured out.
I just
But
think
it just holds a lot of promise just watching that, to be able to kind of just convert your gas, your engine.
I mean, they go through a lot of work to make these batteries for the EV cars.
Exactly.
dude.
A lot of
I mean, come on,
children,
they're-
slave labor, and all kinds of
It's
stuff.
all about centralized,
income.
No, they want to centralize where you get the electricity. I mean, where you get your fuel for your car.
Yeah, big power versus big oil.
Yeah. So it's a gimmick. So I mean, it's a whole big industry. So
Right,
you ain't gonna fight it.
Yeah, obviously this is not obviously something new because that video we're watching, it looks like it was from the 80s or early 90s.
No, I think you're better off trying to figure out how to create your own corn fuel.
Corn fuel.
Yeah, I think you're better off on doing that.
Well, Porsche is doing that. They're trying to come up with, I think it was like some sort of like synthetic fuel to power their
Synthetic fuel?
vehicle.
Yeah, but you can. I mean,
The thing is you have to be able to mass produce it.
Yeah. That's part of the problem.
I don't know. But yeah, so that's that.
I'm still I'm hopeful
pretty cool.
that this
Yeah.
will work out.
Right,
Just the
'cause
fact
you still
that it's
have the
like
sound of the engines. We still got all that stuff that we like to hear. And
You
and
just
it's
take
clean.
out a couple tracks, it's okay.
Well, if you crash.
Can you imagine drift cars with hydrogen? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, it's just a little hydrogen leak. It's okay.
I got this.
I got it just a little bit.
Oh my gosh, that explosion we had at Clutch Kickers. Could you imagine?
Boom!
man.
Take out
Freedom Factory gone.
Freedom Factory.
that's
Bradenton
wild.
gone.
Yeah, forget about it. Yeah,
Hey,
so,
Paul, so you were rummaging through the Formula Drift website, right?
so I was rummaging through the Formula Drift website. It's a couple people other did it. A couple other people did it, but I was hearing about it, so I wanted to look myself. And so so if you want to pull that up, for some reason, maybe it's just the web developer for some reason just has this up there, but for some reason, if you go to some of these pages, Formula Drift, or FormulaD.com, now you can't find it there. You have to manually type it in.
Oh gosh, what is it?
Oh, well, I sent it to you.
Oh, okay, I'll
Hold
look it up.
on.
But just go ahead.
Drift.com /
So basically, yeah. So there are some driver pages on there that could be just a
okay. I found
Typo?
a typo, or something else is going on. But it's drivers
I got
/
one.
yeah.
I got one. Hang on.
Do the first one or do the second one I sent you first. Oh, you can't spell drivers.
Hey, it's not easy, all right? Relax.
Yeah, this one was weird. This was like, is it? Can't. No, really? Why? Huh? That it shows 2023 Pro drivers.
Coming soon, but what is it? There's nothing there though.
But no, there's nothing there. But if you typed in like James Dean, it doesn't come up. Try James Dean.
Oh, so if you type up their name, it has like a slot for them,
Yes, and was
and
so
it's
I was-
not. You're not going by previous drivers. You're just
Oh, so James Dean's there too. Yeah. So it could be that they're just holding these spots for anybody. Who else is an old driver that doesn't drive anymore?
Well, you mentioned Diego Santos, right?
Yeah, Diego Santos.
Santos.
Let me type that up. Oh, I was
You
gonna
were
probably
about to
hit
say
the Santos.
Saito. Yeah, so that comes up too. But I'm trying to think of what other drivers don't drive anymore that used to drive that should
Reese
be
Millen.
No, that was old.
I'm just saying, maybe they have a spot.
No,
because these are all
Well,
URLs.
let's
right?
try that. Yeah, Reese Millen.
No, see, it's 404.
okay.
So no, let's try somebody recent.
You just said it's not.
Recent. Somebody recent that no longer drives. Oh, how about God, I can't believe I forgot his name. Owner of RTR.
Von Gittin.
Von Gittin.
Oh,
Do you
there
have
you
the name?
Wait, but is
don't
Junior attached to it as well?
Von Gittin Jr. Yeah, I would assume. Well, we can try
I don't
both.
know. Just try Von Gittin. No,
Then put a
404.
G-
Try Junior. Junior. After that, JR. or tried.
Oh,
there you go.
yeah. Okay, so maybe
It
it's
does
just
come up. So maybe it's just a
Reserved
everybody
URL.
that's. Well, maybe they're for some reason they're opening them, but maybe Johan Gitten's coming back. Who knows? I don't know. I was trying to find somebody. I was trying to think of anybody
Peter
we.
Visick.
Peter Visick. Yeah, you could try Peter Visick, but James Dean popped up too.
Yeah, so he'd probably pop
I
up.
want to try. I want to try somebody that definitely is not coming back, but was recently in. So I couldn't think of anybody.
You search the obituaries.
Yeah, you got,
I know otherwise, how else you know they're not? They're not coming back.
Conrad Grunwald. No.
Matt Powers.
Matt Powers, but he wasn't that recent. Who else was recent?
Oh gosh,
it's so hard.
That you know is not coming back. What about was he coming? Yeah, I think he's coming back there. Njuku. I can't remember his name.
No. Yeah, Ken Gucci. Try Ken Gucci. Ken Gucci.
But okay.
what do you mean?
Not Ken Gucci. Not Ken Gucci. The other guy.
Dai Yoshihara?
Dai Yoshihara. I was getting mixed up.
Oh, okay.
Don't call me anything. They look
Wait,
like each
hang
other.
on,
Come
but
on.
Yeah, I got in trouble calling Andy Luck Andy.
Yeah,
Yen.
well, that's a big deal.
And
Try
I told him
Dai
the same
Yoshihara,
thing.
though.
Well, I don't
I'll
know
give
how to
you-
spell it.
I'll help you here.
Yeah, please, because I don't know if it's going to be
D-A-Y,
Dai.
D-A-I.
Hang on. 'Cause I don't know if it's going to be Dai Yoshihara or Daijiro Yoshihara.
Oh,
Let's try it.
Full name.
That's a dilemma.
Yoshi is Yoshihara. So just like Yoshihara. So try Dai Yoshihara.
Dai.
Yoshi, like Hara. Hara. No. Okay, so try. What's this?
Daijiro.
Daijiro? I don't know.
Is it Jiro?
R-O. Jiro. Yeah, so even these are. So I would assume this is just crap.
template. Yeah, it's just
This
template.
template crap. But a couple people were excited that because this worked for Daigo Saito or
was coming back.
Diego Santos, that he was
Diego
coming
Santos,
back.
yeah.
But what it probably is just anybody that has had a season or
Recently, still has the URL.
still is going to pop up
Right.
on here for some reason. So maybe not. Who knows?
What do you think is going to happen to the competitive field if Daigo comes back? And then you got to ask yourself, what is he going to come back with?
I don't think he's going to be very competitive. I think
Oh.
it would. I think
The level of driving.
the
is-
level of driving's outpaced him.
Well, he upped the level when he came here the first time,
Exactly.
and that was I think a huge part of the progression of Formula Drift because he came here
Yeah.
and people were like, "What in the world? He's killing like crazy horsepower, crazy smoke,
He
crazy
put
angle.
He had the freaking radiator in the back, and everybody's like, "Throw the radiator in the back."
It works. We're doing it."
Yeah.
I don't think he'll have that impact now because it's progressed so much. I think it would come
it
down to
passed
what
him.
is he going to drive? You think it passed him?
I think it passed.
I don't think it passed him. I think that everybody's up to his well.
No, that's the thing
It's up
that
to his
Gabriel
level.
argues with me all the time. He says these.
It's a
He
different
says
style
drift,
too.
He says Drift Masters. Those guys are the best. I'm like, dude, I don't know. I don't think the Drift Master guys. I'm not saying they're bad. I just don't think that they're as fast or driving as gnarly cars as the actual FD Pro guys are
now.
now. No,
Yeah. The last 2 years, a lot has changed.
last 4 years, 2
Well,
years, whatever you want to call it.
yeah.
But these cars are insane. I mean, Chelsea doesn't seem like he even likes to drive this car. And when I was listening to him talk last night, he's like, "These cars are trying to kill us.
Yeah.
They're like literally trying to kill us." So I don't think you get that aspect from when you watch Drift Masters. I don't get that from that.
Right. It still seems it's like in between it kind of literally is in between the Japanese and US style.
Yeah,
But they're a lot higher speed drifting though. Their tracks
yeah,
are
they're
a lot
higher speed. Yeah, they're higher speed, but it's a whole different thing when you're driving a car that just doesn't want to drift. And I feel like the cars that they drive nowadays are so freaking fast. Like they build so much, they accelerate so fast. I mean, you've seen some of some of the stuff that Taylor Hall did with his car was like you never saw that anymore.
And he's not even on
not
the
even
bottom
at
of
the
the list
top.
when
Yeah,
it
he's
comes
not
to the pros.
the amount of you remember that car stopped and literally choof.
Yeah, rolling
I
burnout
like-
they call it. Yeah.
No, but when he like spun out and slowed down and then literally caught
yes.
up to
Yeah.
Taylor Ray in
Like
a couple
halfway
seconds
through the turn. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like that was insane. So like I don't know. I don't know. I don't think he would be. I don't think he'd be a threat. You know.
Thing is Saito, from what I remember, sometimes he struggled with being consistent. Like he'd be on fire one event, and the next event he doesn't even place top 32.
Well, another thing I remember is that he would knock over the clipping points in the chase position. Like he would really sacrifice a lot of the line,
Yeah.
just to be able to make sure that there was no distance created between both.
But it'll be exciting to watch, and it'd be a great name to add.
It'd be
to
cool
the
to see him.
driver's list.
It'd be cool to see him come back. Christos Blues is coming back,
Right.
So it'd be cool to see him back.
Mr.
So,
Jack stands.
Mr. Jack Stance.
Jack stands?
Oh,
Why do we call him that?
why is he called Mr. Jack Stance?
You guys really don't remember?
I don't.
No.
Oh, guys, really?
I'm not a drifting
I'm
fan.
disappointed.
He should
What?
be.
Yeah.
What happened? He fall over?
Because what happened was in Road Atlanta one time, he was in a 5-minute timeout, and he was scrambling to get the car ready, and there was like seconds left. They quickly got the car back together, and he just literally took off.
Drove off the stand.
Without
Drove off.
realizing that he was still on the jack stands, and the car just went boom, 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 and drove forward to the line.
Yeah. Wasn't as impactful to me as it was to you, apparently.
Well, it was hilarious
Yeah. I mean,
at the
I'm
time.
surprised the car. Oh,
surprised it didn't damage. Well, the car probably wasn't that
probably
well.
jacked up. Yeah.
He probably didn't care. I mean, it's a drift car. It's a race car. It's meant
Yeah.
to be a sustained damage, right?
Yeah. I'm still trying to debate on the right height I want on this thing because right now it's slammed.
Huh.
Because the car's jacked up and the axles are like they're still the hubs are like above the diff a little bit.
Oh, really?
And yeah, and the car is up in the air. When I
God.
put some weight on it, it's going to go even further.
Yeah,
we'll
we'll
see.
need to raise that.
I don't know. I like it low like that.
Yeah. So you have that. Falcon is backed out of.
Yeah, so
from
what
Yeah,
happens-
we
what's
spoke
this-
about it.
So Odie. God, what is I always forget his name.
Bakshis?
No, Odie Botchkes. Yes, but his frenemy. What was his name?
Matt Field?
Matt Field. So he won't have that. And
Well,
then
and Saito's on a different tire too. You said right? Saito is not.
Daigo Saito.
Yeah,
Yeah, Daigo Saito changed tire
Santos.
brands. Yeah,
yeah.
Diego Santos changed tire brands.
And Ben Hobson.
Oh, yeah. So that's another news topic is that Odie Botchkes signed Ben Hobson.
That's awesome.
With a deal for Pro Spec, which is really cool. So that should help Ben Hobson because he's such a great driver. It's just having that program support and should help.
Yeah, he's got a good. He carries himself well.
Oh, he's got a great, he's got a
gonna
great
do-
attitude.
right.
He's a very nice guy, great driver. I mean, you remember that one time? I think it was it him versus Naren or him versus Alec? I don't know what it was, but it was.
No,
he
wasn't
came
it-
out when he had the Joker and he had the Joker livery on that S14. It was just.
Was it Nate Hamilton he was going against?
He went against somebody, and I don't remember what it was, but that was Clutch Kickers, one of the rounds, and it was so much momentum in that run that it was just like that was crazy.
Yeah. So congratulations to him.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to mention, hang on, I just
yeah.
wrap this up. Sorry, wait, everybody see. So it looks like a lot of competitions are popping up,
Taking over that at least about a $50K of the $100,000 drift championship.
right?
And this goes to show the impact Clutch Kickers had on drifting. Never would you see outside of pro drifting anything remotely resembling a good payout.
Yeah, so this
You
is
just
gonna
didn't
be-
have it. Didn't never happen really. Even in Formula Drift, the payouts were pathetic for considering it's pro, right? Clutch Kickers changed the game. Do you have other events now coming out? $50,000. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money to give away for an event that
$10,000 per round.
yeah, that's a lot of money to give away. Like to run an event costs money, and you don't make that on the drivers' fees unless you have a lot of spectators come in. You don't really. If it rains that day, they're sunk. EMS, insurance, and track fees. That's easily almost $10,000. And then you figure whatever staff you have to pay, you gotta provide food for them. A lot of time we try to provide food and water for the volunteers. A lot of you guys, you get volunteering and you don't have to pay them, but you have to promote it, right? So I'm sure there's got to be paid promotion. And if it's at all these tracks, unless the tracks are like only charging them $2,000 to throw the event, they're into that event probably $10,000, and then they have to give another $10,000. So that's like $30,000 an event, and I think that's being pretty modest to run each event. You're doing what? How many? 1, 2, 5 events? It's $150,000.
I see the.
That's just going to cost roughly and I think that's being modest to run a series.
I see passionate.
No
Pat.
guarantees. Passionate
Pat there.
What?
Pat Gooden.
Will there be
a tire rule?
A tire rule.
Oh,
Were they the one that changed the tire rule at the last minute last year?
No, that was Riverside.
That was Riverside. Oh, okay. So maybe that's where he's going with that. Tyler Berry. Actually, open the extra ones. It's only 10K. Let's keep it fair for the program guys.
Pat said, do smaller.
Too smaller. That's what he's trying to say.
The 245s. That's what Pat Gooden is suggesting. 245s.
I agree with him. We already learned from what Chelsea Nope said. You were on a 245, 45, 18. You got more traction than a 265. Right?
Yeah, that could
Forward
work.
bite anyways.
I think 245s would be,
I think that's a good
goes
compromise.
against our resident Garbanzo.
Garbanzos.
Yeah, right now he's running 285s on his car, but yeah, he's
What a cool guy.
Yeah, he's such a cool guy. he's always on this grip game. But yeah, I was telling him, man, they should go down the 245s, and he was like, oh no, 265 the world, 285 everything. I was like, oh god. But yeah, so I think 245s. Slow it down a little bit. Yeah. Work on that proximity game, right?
Yeah, 245 is a good way to go because it limits those high horsepower cars. They're not going to have the grip.
Yeah, they can run as much horsepower as they want. They're just going to blow the tires off.
Right, exactly.
So I agree.
Here's the thing, though. It's great that they announced it, that they're offering a huge payout, but there's still a lot of questions to be answered. Like, for instance, at least we got one question, whether or not if there's going to be a tire rule and what they have enforced.
And there's not.
I think they said there is. Tire rule. 265.
265.
Yeah, that's the tire rule.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. Okay.
I think the other important question is who's going to judge the events, because that may lay the groundwork on whether or not a lot of these competitors may want to go to the hassle of wanting to compete.
Yeah.
Because we've seen before.
It's like Adam. Where is Adam going to go? Is Adam going to compete in another series? Because Clutch Kickers was one of the only other little series that he ever did.
Well, he's got his invitational now.
Maybe he'll just focus on the invitationals.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think they need to make the courses longer. I think that's a good idea. 265s.
You spoke about it with Nate Hamilton about that, right?
Making the course a little longer.
Right.
And making the guys have to be able to do 2 full laps on one set of tires.
That's another question is there going to be a driver cap? Are they going to limit it to about 40 drivers, 50?
Well,
or is
50.
it going to be open to anybody that wants to come in, and then whoever makes top 32? Because it's a one-day event.
They're going
It's not a week. It's not a.
it's not a full weekend. It's
It's not a weekend.
Yeah.
All of these dates are just one-day events.
Yeah.
So ideally, they're going to want to do a top 32. But then, do they cap the drivers?
That's a lot
registration
to do in one day. That's a lot to do in one day.
What, top 32?
Qualifying.
Well, if they cap it at
But you can't.
40?
The thing is, you have to cap it at 40 or 45 because you're going to get some zeros. There always is.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to make sure you have a top 32. Yeah, if you do a top 32, you could be done, but that's a busy day.
Oh, I mean, for sure.
If it was a competition, no, but qualifying takes a long time.
Right.
Because you need practice, then you qualify, then you got to give them practice after they qualify, after you set the thing, and then you go into, once you get in a top 32 battle, you can get the top 32 done in about 2 hours.
So I was
if
trying
it's
to
moving,
explain.
or 3 hours if you got weather, right?
So I was trying to tell Gabriel the other day, I was saying they need to turn drifting into exhibitions where, maybe have classes, kind of
Ice Fest.
well, no, I'm thinking more like like kind of like UFC has, like more like
Lightweights, middleweights, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, maybe some kind of classes, and then you work your way up with exhibitions, right? You're going to go against this guy, and then so the event is like a bunch of different classes, and like these guys are working their way up through the ranks.
Well, but the thing is you work your way up through the ranks in driver skill, but the car, you can't. You know what I'm saying?
No. The car stays as a car in your class, right? You have different classes.
So you have to have a different car for each class.
No, you stay playing. You stay against guys in your class.
So it doesn't. So every car has to meet all the same tech qualifications, cage, whatever it is.
Well, the different classes, whatever the different
right.
classes.
So nothing
are,
changed. Like right now. So for instance, Formula Drift Pro Spec and Pro are different.
Yeah.
You can't run the same car in both. You can't go back and forth anymore. You used to be able to.
Yeah, but
you can't anymore. So you're talking about everybody has the same
they
build,
can't,
not same build,
they
but
can't go back and
requirements,
forth. Yeah.
And they can go back and forth between classes. I think it needs to be like WWF, World Drift Federation, and we need some mullets and we need some baby oil.
You've been pushing this for years.
Well, I'm telling you, that's the future. You just do a small little course, and they get out and they start fighting and stuff like that, and you have like managers and you smack talk, and like in the pits we'll have like chairs they could throw at each other. Right,
Chairs are for earners.
We gotta go to the pits. There's drama in the pits. You go to the pits and they're rolling around, they're fighting and everything like that. That's what it needs. No, obviously it's not real fighting, right?
Yeah, no. Somebody actually posted that in the.
I've been saying this for a long time.
I know we have been saying that, but somebody did post that in the Maximum Driftcast group, which you said the drivers are paid as actors. Every driver has the same amount of runs over the weekend as everyone else. The show pays for travel, consumables.
Small course.
Battles are won by fan votes, which I feel like is what attracts the fans, right? The fans have
you can have an app and you go on the app and everybody can vote for their favorite, whoever wins the match. But then like you do crazy stuff, like you can have like the rivals, right? So you have two guys going out there battling, but then one of the guys that's out there, his rival is hiding on the track, and all of a sudden he pops out. He pops up on the track and he starts throwing cones at him while he's driving. And then they get mad and they pull over and the other smashes into him, and then they get into a fist fight.
I don't know why you're putting your hand on your head. You're the guy that wanted to build the castle out of cardboard for the skid pad. Do you remember that?
I'm telling you, people eat it up. And then you get managers and you smack talk them and they smack talk each other.
Yeah.
Be great.
I don't know how you would do it, but I think it'd be interesting.
You'd have to get the right drivers to be able to play the parts.
Well, you need actors.
Well, no, but actors can't drive.
Well,
most actors can't drive.
Wrestlers are actors that can wrestle, right, or do stunts, right?
Yeah.
So you need drivers that can act, that can also drive.
I'm down. Sign me up. I'll start growing the mullet.
Officer Dan would be great. Officer Dan would be great.
Yeah.
You have him, and then you have to have some other personality. You know,
Michael
Corey
Hunter.
Corey Hosford.
Corey Hosford would be great. Yeah. Dan. Officer Dan.
I think Kirk would probably be pretty good.
Kirk would probably be pretty good. Yeah, I think everybody get on it. Pat Gooden can do it. King of Spring Break. He's already got a name.
That's right.
You can have two alter egos, the Passionate Pat.
The Passionate Pat.
Tommy's his manager.
Tommy could be his manager. Yes. Well, he put like rubber bands in his face, like rubber bands in his face and stuff.
I forgot about the manager thing.
The managers, the manager come out and you smack talk for him. Break out the baby oil. I'm telling you, people, if you did it right, the World Drift Federation, and you just get like 16 drivers.
Can we get that URL?
The World Drift Federation.
Can we patent that right now? Just in case.
You get that URL just in case it happens.
Get the URL. Get the URL for now.
World Drift Federation.
Yeah, let's just get it.
Okay.
And then you
remind me afterwards.
Yeah. And you can get like the Mexican. You can get the luchadors. You can have like a luchador. The guy who wears a mask all the time.
Yeah.
You never see his face.
Like the Stig.
Like the Stig. Yeah. No, but he pulls his helmet off. He still has a mask on.
Just another helmet.
Painted.
Just
you can have
a miniature helmet.
Yeah, and they can drift with their shirts off.
Well, yeah, they got to show the muscles. They got to flex.
Yeah.
They got to be able to, intimidate the competitors.
I don't think that we're going to get away with that. Because the driver bodies for them, well, at least on the low, maybe the pro guys, they're in good shape and stuff like that. But Doesn't
Yeah,
necessarily have to
like
go that far.
Okay.
Yeah.
We keep our shirts on.
We can keep our shirts on.
Yeah.
I take it back.
Going back to this, one other question I had for it is how are they going to deal with protests? Because
Hey, we brought up the strip. What was it called?
the poll petition?
Poll petition.
Yeah,
Right.
so just a stripper poll petition.
That would
was
fit right
great.
in the World Drift Federation.
Yeah,
the poll
that
petition.
would-
No, I'm not talking about
Oh.
for that. I mean, yes, make that happen for that. I agree. Let's make the poll petition a reality and implement it into the World Drift Federation. But what I'm talking about is how do you deal with the protests for the this 50K series? Catch my
You know, I just thought of a great idea
for this one.
The next time there's a protest in South Florida, I'm gonna make a big sign that says, "Make the poll petition a reality." Like, vote yes on the poll petition.
Yes, on
On the poll petition.
World Drift Federation.
World Drift Federation.
endorses
You're
this
gonna
message.
have so many people come up and ask like,
What is
what is this
the poll
proposition
petition?
and how do I vote on it?
No habla
what's,
inglés.
what's the ballot number?
No habla inglés. But I can't do that down here.
Yeah.
It won't work.
Yeah. But seriously, how are they going to handle the protests? Evan, we saw.
Is there a rule book? Do they have a rule book?
Oh, that's another good question.
What's Catch My Drift? They have a website? Let's go to the website. They gotta have that's
I'll
Catch
have to see here. Good question. Let's see. Oh, CM Drift. They do. All right.
Let's check out the rule book.
Let's explore. All right, we're on the website. Okay,
There's a little hamburger up the top left. Who's that? Go down.
It's the guy.
that's Joe.
Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Wow, he put a picture of himself.
Well,
on
he
there?
likes. Well, he put up a photo so that way when you go to the events, you can talk to Joe.
You know, there's Mo, and then there's Joe.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, menu. Let's see. Oh, tech.
Judging criteria.
There we go. Tech requirements. All right, but
found-
no, we're looking for the rule book.
It is right there.
Oh,
Well,
really?
no, that's
it?
the tech requirements. Who wants the rule book for the judging? Go down.
For the 50K. Let's go.
Judging criteria.
Page
Continue
number
shopping.
That's an easy way to get around the judging.
All right.
Let's see what else there is.
The concrete can't collide with your wheel that way.
We'll go back to tech requirements.
Yeah, maybe that's
and
got a
see what
tech requirements. Wheels.
Wheels.
Must
I got
have
wheels.
wheels.
I got brakes. I got safety equipment. I got miscellaneous
Yeah,
stuff.
Hey, it's self-tech.
It's got
Self-tech.
wheel- it's got-
Is self-tech.
Yeah.
No, it's not self-tech.
Yeah, it is.
Failure to abide
We
by
have front wheel bearings, back wheel bearings. Yep.
Yep. No
Steer-
coolant present, so the engine's gonna run
steering
hot.
play. Check. Yep. What the hell is that? They want a 20. Oh man.
Wait a minute. You can't. No, that can't be a current because you can't run a 2010 Snell.
Well, they can, I guess.
No, this must be an old. This is probably old. They've been doing the drifting events for a while. 2013. So. It's U.S. Drift.
What?
Oh, what the hell?
What is
Catch
going
My
on
Drift
over
is
here?
U.S. Drift.
What is going on? This is like Paul last time talking about how you go to sign up for Fuel Fest and instead you get U.S. Drift Circuit.
You go to Catch My Drift, you get U.S. Drift. You left out the circuit.
Yeah.
Minus the circuit.
Minus the circuit.
Oh man, what is going on here?
So Catch My Drift is a rebranded U.S. Drift,
I don't.
or
think so.
Catch My Drift is just the organ, like they're
just,
subbing it out.
or they forgot to change the name.
Change the name?
I don't know.
Huh.
That's
Go back to the
interesting.
website because this
Sure.
isn't really much of requirements. That's not really like a tech rule book.
No, it's not.
Damn it. Tickets.
So there's really not too much information up on it.
Go to media application. Maybe the robot's in there. Well, nothing
No.
there. Can't apply
Okay.
for media.
Okay, tickets.
Can't buy tickets.
Okay, so
All right, look, this is great and all. All right, this is great. It's happening. It's announced, and let's make sure that this happens. But I just, at the same time, it concerns me. There was another event that, if you recall, there wasn't a lot of information out for it. And I'll just say it, Americans Union, remember?
Oh, okay.
Remember how Americans Union were like, okay, this is great. They're going to do this.
Well, but this guy,
Who's judging? Where's the registration?
he has a
Where are they
picture
gonna
of
do it?
himself with the
Right,
child,
there is a picture of himself.
with
I
a
get
child
it.
in a suit. It's legit.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's totally legit.
I mean, I'm not trying to say that this isn't going to happen, at least not yet. But
That's gonna. I think it's gonna happen.
But I would
what
figure
scale?
with an event that's going to take place less than 3 months away, they would have at least some of this stuff already available
Yeah, it's
for people
kinda-
to actually consume.
It's a little
Are
weird.
we being skeptical? Like we were skeptical of clutch kickers.
Yeah, we
and
were.
clutch kickers did end up being a pretty good thing for a few years.
So maybe what I'm trying to say is shut us up. You know,
Oh.
we're skeptical because of our past experience. Sorry, but that's just how it is. And so,
Yeah.
I mean, hey, just shut us up. But we're open to it.
yeah, I mean, I want to see them do great. That's clutch kickers is not here this year, so it's great that another organizer is offering this type of payout. Can you go to the menu and go to contact us?
Sure.
I'm curious what the
I hope it's not
Well, that's why does it
another
go to-
soon to come page. Wait, where is it?
Account? What the hell's account?
down? Go down.
I don't see anything
CM,
here.
Catch my drift. This
Maybe account.
you're gonna make an account?
Well, you can create one.
Create account. What the hell's that mean?
Well, I figure you're gonna want to create an account to pay for the tickets.
Let's create an account.
I don't want to.
He doesn't want them to track him.
Oh.
Event calendar? Try that. See
No,
if it-
it's already for
That's
this
the
one.
same thing.
We've already been
shoot.
here.
Okay.
There's no contact us.
No.
Account
There's
media
nothing.
application.
How about event partners?
Yeah, event partners. Let's check that out. Bridgemoto.
Oh, Bridgemoto.
Okay, so Bridgemoto is straight. I mean,
Okay,
they're
they got that. All right.
Turnt.
Turnt.
It's interesting.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
It's the smoke shop.
Smoke shop.
Hash
Smack
garage.
shop. It's not. Oh, is it not?
Yeah, it's
doesn't-
hashish.
KBD.
KBD, but
Okay.
it's...
They have legit
Red
red line.
Line,
They
I
have
don't know.
legitimate sponsors.
Oh, there we go. KMD Drift. Oh.
Yeah, his name's Joe.
Joe.
Okay.
Well, this is for sponsoring or advertising. So don't contact him for anything else, unless you're looking to sponsor or advertise.
Well, he's got some legitimate. And Bridgemoto doesn't just sponsor anybody, right? Well, Red Line. Oil doesn't.
Let's go back to the main page.
Main
Maybe
page is-
we could see something here. Hey, Joe. Okay.
Sounds weird.
That's the website. Okay, follow us on the gram. And that's it. Okay.
I don't know. It just seems weird posting a picture of yourself in a suit. Like,
Well, you would normally see
if
it
you went to
perhaps...
Formula Drift and then you clicked and it had a picture of Ryan Sage,
Ryan Sage.
suit with,
Holding his kid.
I don't know. I mean, just different.
Hey, man, maybe it's just where he's at different water. I don't know.
There's something wrong with the water?
No, I'm not saying there's
it
like
Flint,
something
Michigan?
wong with the water. I'm just trying to say there's just different water.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's just different.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, hey,
Okay.
I assume it's
The only other suggestion is maybe we go back to
maybe
this.
it runs most of it through the Instagrams, right?
Let's see. Which
What are they doing? What are you eating? Marshmallows.
Caffeine and octane. What is this? Camp, Drift, Tandem Area, Donut Pit.
Sorry, let me go back.
Okay. And when was that? That was December 11th.
But you go to register at caffeineandoctane.com.
Oh, because it's caffeine at a linear raceway.
Okay.
But he must have organized it, probably.
Hey, I know that guy. Dustin Miles.
Hey, forget about it.
All right. Oh, okay. Well, they're doing something here.
That's Rome, isn't it? On the
No.
left?
No.
No. It's not him. There's a bracket over here for a competition.
Okay.
Joe. Oh.
Well, they've also had events before.
Yeah.
Mom. Let's see.
Did you try going to the YouTube?
What?
Go to the reels.
Okay. Loading. Please wait. And it's broken for whatever reason. Not a big deal.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Hopefully it takes off and everybody has a good time. But we'll see. Right? We're always skeptical. We're skeptics.
And it goes back
We
to
were skeptical of clutch kickers. So.
Right. But what I'm trying to say is that it's sort of one of the things I was smart about, and I forgot the guy's name that mentioned in the chat when we were talking about clutch kickers. How it was taking so long for them to make any sort of announcements for the 2023 season is the fact that a lot of the drivers needed all that time to prep their cars for the series.
Right.
This is the time that drivers need to prep for the series. Obviously, they want to bring their A game,
Right.
and they're gonna want to need to know like the rule book to see
Right.
exactly. Okay, well, what am I going to need to have the car prepped and ready and teched to compete?
True.
If they take too long, they're sort of hurting themselves by not allowing the drivers to want to have a car ready for the event.
Right.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, for the series.
Right. Well, there is no other series around here, so I don't know if they knew Clutch Kickers wasn't going to do a series this year, or they said, "Oh, Clutch Kickers are going to do it, so let's do something." Could be.
It could be a thing where obviously clutch kickers, they with them not doing a series this year, it really left a huge void in that kind of competition, and so now it's allowing all these other entities, like for instance Riverside, to up their game in regards to the series and the competition and the payouts that they're providing along with them. And then I think East10 is another organization that's providing payouts.
But that's up north, though, isn't it?
That's up north,
Yeah.
right? Really, clutch kickers being just a Florida series that really attracted others. Now it's all these other guys are have the opportunity to attend these other events with the payouts,
Right.
but again, it's their. Let's you know what? Let's check out Riverside.
Okay.
Let's check out Riverside. Let's see exactly if we can find rule books.
Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah.
Tech requirements, all of that, because it'd be nice to know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
But if US Drift is running that, I would assume because they've been running events for a long time.
right. But we don't know to what extent their involvement is.
I don't know.
We don't know. So let's go ahead and go to the website.
We're working on our shop. Please check back soon.
Oh, come on. Really?
What
When you go to Riverside Drift, that's what you get.
All right. Well, so much for that.
And when are their events coming up? Let's
Yeah,
see.
Facebook. Go to Facebook.
Oh,
Try.
No, that's fine. Hang
You
on,
got it right
let's
there,
see.
probably.
New driver registration system.
Well, launch is coming soon. Okay. All right.
Small tire, 245.
Random
Cool.
draw.
But this isn't part of their main series.
No, I know, but I like that 245.
Oh, okay. All right. Where's the part that they announced? Well, I think that was it here.
GP American Drifting Challenge.
Yep. Oh, yeah. This is the announcing video. October 26th, 2022. New venue, new challenges.
October. Oh,
Yeah,
that's when
international and
that's
US
when they
drivers.
announced it.
Right. Exactly.
50,000
50K.
per round.
First. Yeah, that's what they did last time.
How many rounds?
Adam went up there and won it.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Where they changed the tire rule. Right. That's the one where they changed the tire rule.
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they can't do stuff like that. You
Oh, yeah,
can't
that's
change
it.
the tire rule just because somebody complains.
Well, who knows?
Because people, well,
We weren't there, Timmy.
We weren't there.
We weren't there.
I've
Yeah,
heard
watch your
stories.
mouth.
I've heard stories
Okay.
but just think about this. All right.
Okay,
And
no.
people were upset when clutch kickers changed the course as well, because the round 4 was a 3 or 4 where it was long and they shortened it. There were
think
certain
they set up-
drivers that brought harder compound tires, harder compound tires because they knew the track was longer and they were going to have the tires last longer. So when they shortened the course, it was not fair for those drivers because they planned ahead, right?
Yeah, I guess.
You can't change
I
stuff.
didn't know anybody did that though.
Yes, people did do it. They ran a harder compound and they planned for a longer course because it was a longer course. They said, okay, this is going to be a long course. We're going to have a hard time doing 2 laps on a set of tires. So how are we going to gameplay. So they totally prepared for a longer course, and then they changed it up on them, and now they're not as grippy as everybody else because they bought all the tires prepared for something else.
One thing I just remembered that I do want to mention is they held a live stream on Instagram Live. The Riverside people talking about what they plan to do and how they plan to, like some of the safety regulations that they plan to implement. One of the things that they did mention, and it was based on what happened with, you guys remember what happened with that Corvette? That crashed and caught on fire, and then they had to
during Drift Week?
No, it wasn't Colette's.
There was another one?
It was a different one.
I don't remember.
There was one. I forgot all the details, but it was
one during Drift Week.
Which was what? Well, what do you recall from that, Paul?
It caught fire and burned down to the ground. I don't know. What do you mean?
It was an older vet, right?
It was an old vet.
It looked like, I think it was like a C5.
Yeah, that's the
There
one
was,
from Drift Week.
Yes, I remember now.
Well, it was the driver, obviously, with the passenger. I think the passenger was a child.
Ooh,
Okay, so what did they change?
Well, I think, based on what happened with that incident, then they added some extra rules to kind of deal with that, so that way there's no further issues. Don't remember the exact details, but that's something that was mentioned and that was talked about.
So other than that, Riverside Drift and Catch My Drift are the only payout events on the East Coast, right?
I don't. I think there's
That are
also the
open, that are
East10.
not invitationals, right? Because LZ will have his invitationals.
Yeah, but I don't know. Does he do a payout on this?
He gives the engines away. Last time,
the engines. Yeah, well,
that's a pretty good payout.
Yeah, for the price that 2Js are going for now.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have a website? No. Well, the Pro-Am Tech Book link. They have that.
Who's that? Riverside?
No, this is East10 Drift.
Oh, East10. Who
They
runs
had-
East10? Is
I don't know. But I recall Connor O'Sully. He
got a licenser.
Yeah, he got the license last year.
I'm sure Reese has got to have a say in something that goes on there, right? I would think so. It's up in his area.
Right. Trying to see exactly who payout. Hang on, let's see. This is the most recent. Well, they're talking about sponsors that they're partnering with the GT Radio and Tire Stacks. There's that announcement. This is for one of their events. Announcing Champion Series.
No, I just focused on the Pro-Am. So you have, and then of course, U.S. Drift Circuit is doing a Pro-Am again this year too.
Right. And then one of the things that they mentioned, where is it? Oh, payout. Here we go. Saying that they're going to try to work on filling in that void
It's
for the
hard, man.
payout, but they're not going to be able to guarantee it quite yet.
It's hard. So see that, and that's weird, right? You think Formula Drift Pro-Am should be able to find somebody to be able to support the event to be able to provide a payout, but then you have like these other $50,000 per event, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's odd, right? You think people that are sponsoring that event, whoever's giving that money away for Riverside Drift or Catch My Drift.
Riverside Drift has Link ECU backing them and stuff. Like
Yeah,
that.
well, at least
they
Link
did.
ACU ain't giving $50,000 an event. They're not giving them that much.
I don't know what they're giving them, but
That,
it's Link
if I
ECU.
recall
giving,
correctly, that was the
they had
that
Link,
was
Link
the main
ECU
sponsor.
Was there.
That
Link
was the
ECU
main.
was actually there
but
for the event.
That's a lot of money.
Well, it is, but if they want to draw it's the same tactic. If they want to draw this certain level of drivers and have a certain competitive
Maybe they're
field,
trying to get like a feeder or two for their product.
I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know.
I'm not involved in those meetings.
yeah. Well, in any case, all right. Well, a lot of things going on. Obviously, there's still announcements to be made. We're gonna try to follow those along with those announcements because we're really curious to see how these competitions got to play out.
We got a lot of builds going on right now.
2023 is going to be an interesting year for drifting.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I think you're gonna see change, big change
Big
at
change.
the end of this year.
What kind of change?
Yeah. What would you? Okay. Would you wager is going to be good changes or bad changes?
Like World Drift Federation change?
I suspect somebody completely different to win Formula Drift. I don't think Oswald's going to win this year.
All right.
I think you're going to see some stuff go on this year that may change the sport.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I know. I think it's going to be a year of like just change,
abrupt change.
I think they're going to have some change. I mean, Formula Drift now. I mean, you got to think about it. Ryan Sage is now really running it, right? He ran it last year, and now he's really running it again for the second year without someone else. He's going to have more of his opinion to put on the show. Maybe he changes it.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe he brings somebody else in that also has a different idea. I don't know. I just don't think it can be sustainable as like a professional, like it can't be sustainable like a racing series.
No,
it needs to be something.
It's got to be a show.
It's got to be more of a show.
Well, they've tried that for many years. Remember how they try to market it to NBC Sports and CBS?
Yeah, but they were doing it the wrong way.
It's just not a good show.
Yeah, it was like, it's fast. It's too. It needs to be condensed down, and it needs to be.
Well, that's what they did. They did that. What they would do is
but what I'm saying.
Hang on. What they would do is they would have the event. They would record all the footage, and then afterwards edit it down to a palatable moment where it's like 30 to 15 minutes or whatever. I forget the runtime for it.
Remember when Reese Millen was there, they used to do that. They used to have it down to where they would give a highlight of the top 16 and play through the top 8.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly that.
No, what I'm saying is it was still too much of a competition. It has to be a show.
Change the way the
format.
The format is.
You gotta get some drama in there. World Drift Federation.
Well, they tried when you had what's this guy's name? JTP. Careful.
Did I say what did I say?
I don't know. You said you likes to dig.
Oh, he likes to dig. He's a digger. He's a digger. Go ahead. And Saito, but that wasn't scripted. That was
genuine, yes, but it ties into it kind of ties into what you're trying to say with the
yeah, but you need more of that. That's not so much coming from a person. Like that was ignorance at its finest.
You think so?
Yes, because
what are you talking about?
That instance, remember he was complaining that Saito braked on entry, and he said nobody does that.
Exactly.
And I was like, yes, people do that. You know.
Yeah, I remember.
So that's what I'm saying. That's like
for to give people some context, we're talking about a battle that both of those gentlemen had at Palm Beach International Raceway about 10 years ago.
Yes,
this was when probably I think the first or second year that Daigo ran the series,
and JTP got in his face like he was going to punch him.
Yeah, one of the first years, Daigo had an SC430 or SOAR, whatever you want to call it, and they did battle, and something happened during the initiation that caused Justin Pollock to mess up, and evidently he was not drilled about the way how Daigo was leading,
initiating on
entry, and afterwards he decided to run up to Daigo personally and have a couple of words with him.
Yeah,
well, try to have a couple of words with him because
it was through an interpreter, right?
Yeah, they weren't going to be able to understand one another.
Right.
So I think, was Robbie Nishida there? Trying to interpret them?
I think he was.
I don't remember.
Somebody was, I think you're
the
right.
point of the matter was there was an altercation between the two, a verbal altercation between the two. Luckily, it didn't get physical.
Well, it was all JTP because Saito was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know why you're upset. Like, Saito totally was like, I'm Yakuza, keep going. Your family's going to die. But, anyways,
right.
Like the drama, just got to make a show out of it.
Well, Paul brings up a good point. What do you think, or what are your predictions for drifting this year?
My predictions for drifting this year is the growth of these events. I think this is going to be more the future than the Formula Drift. I think people are still going to watch Formula Drift, but I think the drift community are probably be more focused on this. A lot more drivers now. You have more payout events. You're going to see, I think Adam LZ is going to have more invitationals. I think you may see some more. We have LS Fest. I see that being more of a crowd drawing sport than Formula Drift, or like part of the drifting. So I think it's going to be the year of these smaller venues or organizers doing these payout series events in localized spots throughout the country, where drivers in that local area will be battling it out separately. Versus Formula Drift. Formula Drift is going to have its drivers. It's going to be there in the background, but I think it's going to be, in my opinion, I think it's going to be the year of small events like this with high payouts.
I think that talking about the subject in regards to the show aspect of the format of the competition, it can work, but it just needs to be adjusted. When you look at one of the things that right now it seems like not the barometer, but what everybody looks up to is Drift Masters. Yeah. Everybody looks up to Drift Masters for an entertaining competition from beginning to end, and the way how they're doing it, a big portion of it is the production that's behind it to make a fast-paced, action-packed competition where you have very little downtime,
right?
And they understand that the fans, the audiences need to have that constant action to keep them engaged onto the program that they're providing. And so if Formula Drift wants to be able to, I guess, I wouldn't say survive, because I think they're going to be there. I agree with you. They're always going to be there. And I think it's going to be a venue for a lot of these drivers to really, if they really want to push themselves as a driver, that's what they're going to want to pursue.
Right.
Because the best of the best are, in regards to this area here,
right,
they're going to want to go and try to attain that.
Right.
That's going to be there for that. And if Formula Drift wants to retain or achieve like a bigger audience, then obviously they know who to turn to or who to look up to,
if they even want to,
right?
Or if they think that's even worthwhile for them.
Exactly, because at this point you kind of see that they're, and I don't know what the situation is,
right?
But looking at it from an outsider's perspective, it just seems like there hasn't been much of a change in regards to the production value in not only of the format of the show, but also the live stream aspect of the show.
Right.
And you see it year in, year out. And if they try something different, it's not drastic. They'll do minor changes here and there to try to enhance the production value of it.
Right.
But I think they're willing to make changes, or willing to try different things. Obviously, one of the major things that they announced this year at the SEMA show was the driver payouts, that they've increased that considerably. So they understand that they're utilizing the NASCAR viewership demographic as a comparison for them to see, like, hey, look, like NASCAR's getting this numbers and we're getting these numbers. So we're obtaining a certain demographic, and it's working out for our benefit. But I think deep down, they saw what Clutch Kickers was doing. They saw that as a threat. Now they're starting to see how these other local organizers, they're putting together, these kind of venues. Heck, even I can't believe I forgot about this. Jeff Jones.
Yeah.
Jeff Jones, Hot Pit Auto Fest. Yeah. They're doing a payout series over in California.
Really? Okay, yeah. He did one last year. 2 events
at Irwindale, and the other 3 over at Orange Speedway. I forget one of those events. So that's another thing for people to check out, and that's getting a lot of attention and a lot of traction.
Right.
The fact that he's putting together events at Irwindale Speedway.
Yeah.
I mean, you have Irwindale Speedway being synonymous, closely linked to Formula Drift.
I'm actually surprised Formula Drift let them do that, because there was a time, I don't know, I guess they don't do it anymore, but they used to, like, if there was a venue, they didn't want another
D1.
They did it to D1, right? They wouldn't let D1 do a drift event at a venue that they were doing drift events at.
Yeah, but I don't think they see Jeff Jones as being a competition. They saw D1 as obviously
Right.
competition.
Yeah. Well, anyhow, we'll see what 2023 brings.
Right. I just think that just adding to what you're saying with these organizers is that it's got to draw attention. But then the problem is this is great that they're doing this and whatever and so on and so forth. But what we've seen before happen is that maybe a lot of like selfish interests take place within the organization and then they crumble. So I mean, I remember, I think, well, let me not just say like selfish interest, but let me just say that the organization, the people that were involved, they didn't have a coherent mind or mindset or goal towards what they were doing, and then it just would fall apart.
It's almost like an elitist attitude. Like they don't need to change.
Perhaps.
Yeah, we are at the top of the game. There's nothing for us to change. We're already doing everything so great.
Perhaps.
Could be. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I want to say. Like, we don't know, because I think back to XTC,
right,
where at the time, we're like, oh, this is looking like a great alternative, a competitor to Formula Drift. But one of the things that has helped Formula Drift throughout all these years is the fact that it just seems they seem to have more a cohesive vision on pursuing what they're doing.
Right.
And they're not, falling behind or having any sort of issues.
And they got it all comes down to having the right investors lined up too.
Yeah, that's true too.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yep. Okay. Well, in any case, we'll follow along and keep you guys posted. We'll be back 2 weeks from now, I believe, Tim. We don't have anything.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay. I mean, because sometimes some random event will pop up, so I'm just trying to make sure.
No, we've had pretty.
It's kind of like the off season right now.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We'll
Everyone's still getting ready. Hopefully, you get. What do you got to work on to acquire for your car?
I just gotta get the stub axles back, and maybe we'll try to do a little video, like an update on what's going on with the car, and maybe go over to E30 too, talk about the oil leaks and stuff that's leaking from the BMW.
All right. Well, folks, thank you for tuning in, and hope to catch you next time. Take care and good. Wait, what am I doing?